I chose to do my informative speech on raising chickens. It seems a little silly, but it's something my fiance decided to do recently. I originally wanted chickens just for photography pictures of my daughters for Easter. And naturally, when we get them in the car, he says, I think we should just try to keep them. So we've been gathering some information on how to raise these things and keep them through the summer, at least. The first thing that we would need to do was to make sure that we had plenty of space. I actually have them in my extra room right now. My house is kind of small, but there's still there's still enough room for them there. Outside, there's plenty of room for them to roam. We plan on letting them go outside um, during the day out of their coop and then stay in at nighttime. So what you need to do is to make sure you have enough space inside and out before purchasing them. Second, you would need to buy a box, a heat lamp, and feeders for water and food, and probably some cedar chips are recommended over like newspaper because they keep the waste down. Um, and then you're pretty much set for the next few weeks. You set them up in your extra room, keep plenty of heat on them, and as their feathers are coming in, you want to start thinking about their outside habitat. Um, when purchasing a coop, you can either buy pre-made sets and boxes that you would build on your own, or you could come up with a completely different chicken coop pattern all on your own. It's recommended to have 4 square feet of roaming room per chicken. So uh, you have to keep that in mind so they have plenty of room to move around. The coops are mainly for to keep predators away. Around here, it would be raccoons are their main predator, so that's why you'd want to lock them up and keep the coop secure because raccoons can actually get into simple locks. Um, so when asking yourself, why would you ever want to just randomly keep chickens? I have to ask myself that too every day. um, we they're a little better than just for eggs now that I'm doing research on them. It is nice that they provide eggs, so we won't have to spend the money on that. But they also are pretty nice additions to any yard outside of city limits. For example, one reason is because they're natural fertilizers. I'll have an awesome yard this summer. Another reason is because they eat any leftover food. I don't have an indoor garbage disposal, so they'll eat any leftover food, even meat, and dispose of it that way so we don't have any leftover stinky trash. The next, I actually have a hobby myself of gardening, but one of my least favorite things is to deal with the insects, especially like centipedes and stuff like that. They really freak me out. So they actually take care of the insect population. So I'm looking forward to that. Another good thing about them, some people actually consider them as a family pet. I don't know how attached I'm going to get to these things, but they are pretty inexpensive if you're looking for a pet. And they don't require much attention. They're pretty independent. You have to feed them daily and make sure their water's supplied, and then get them in and out of their coops at nighttime. But other than that, they can look out after themselves during the day. So, if anybody has experience with chickens, please keep in mind I am not a chicken farmer. I do not claim to be experienced. So, if you have any input on that, go ahead and let me know that. And also, can't wait to hear what you have to say about my video. Thanks.